I'm back in the Bay after my little emergency medical rush to Sydney and a little road trip, and upon arrival back here, back at home, I was met by what can only be described as a wannabe hurricane. And it's still really windy today and really cold, and apparently it's summer, but doesn't feel like it. Anyway, so I am trying to get the third book in the Phoenix series finished with the editing and formatted in a dream world today, but in a place where someone is being realistic, probably by, if I'm good, maybe by Monday, Tuesday. Today is Saturday and we're already at 1 o'clock, haven't started yet. So really seems unlikely, but I'm gonna give it a red hot crack. I wanna get this done in the next couple of days. As I've said a couple of times, I've had difficulty contacting my cover designer. She's got her own situations going on, which I completely understand. And then she's also got work deadlines on top of that. And so January, February is going to be really challenging for her. So she's going to squeeze me in, even though she's not doing any covers for anybody else. So what she's going to do is, if I can get her like all the ISBN, the barcode, the final page number, page count, and the back of the book description and information about what I want on the cover, she's going to try and do it over sort of Christmas and January to have it ready to go by February. That's just really the only way it's conceivably possible to stay with the same cover designer. I've been trying to contact her since September and I've only just heard from her in the last week, and like, I completely understand she's been through a really difficult time, and you know, as have we all, so let's cut everybody some slack. So today I'm going to try and get as much of that done so I can not stuff up her schedule, seeing as she's being nice enough to not make me wait until the end of February. I've also done a little bit of gardening today, and I've got 2 banana breads in the oven, so the smell of banana bread is just currently wafting around the house and smelling quite beautiful. It's my best friend's husband's birthday and he deeply loves my banana bread, so I'm making him some banana bread. And I'm also trying to get back into my normal routine. Traveling wasn't good for maintaining the changes I've made to try and help with my autoimmune diseases. Basically what happened was I have what can only be described as an incompetent dentist who missed a root canal despite me questioning them a few times, and that has led to a dental abscess that has gone through the jawbone and into my sinus. So that massive infection that they missed has re-triggered all of my immune stuff and was part of the reason why I was so tired in the last few weeks. And I had done a few videos and taken a few photos and kind of looked at myself and gone, Christ, like, I look really pale, I don't look well, I look really tired. I mean, I know I am tired, but I look really tired. And now, knowing the reality of what was going on, I know why I looked like crap and felt like crap. So I'm trying to get back on the straight and narrow. I am getting back into my morning breathing exercises guided by a Wim Hof YouTube video. I'm getting back into my morning back stretches because I've been a bit stiff after sitting in the car. I'm getting back into making tons of gluten-free, hopefully autoimmune friendly food. But I mean, it's still a learning process. So I was talking to the specialist dentist and sort of said, you know, I'm trying to make these dietary changes. I'm trying to live a healthier life, and I've been drinking a lot of lemon water to try and help with things. And she was like, yeah, but that's really acidic and damaging for your teeth as well. And I was like, ah, damn it. But there's a lot going on that I need to kind of do today, and it is now 20 past 1, and hopefully I'm going to get as much of this all done as fast as possible. So hopefully that's going to be the next couple of days. I am also going to go and walk the puppies down at the local shelter, and then on this week on Monday I am going to go and do another shift helping care for the wombats. So that is a lot going on for 1 week and a lot to try and get done. And I still have to deal with things like the garden because the grass is 12 feet tall after the amount of rain we've had. So there's a lot of things happening and I just need to get on with it, basically.
Oh no, snake in the hen house.
It has been a bonkers week. There is a very real chance that by the time I have gotten around to editing this video and uploading it, that I will already be in my new house because I am moving. There are some downsides to the place that I'm going to, but on the plus side, I won't have to deal with this landlord anymore, or my neighbor, or the constant building noise that is surrounding the house because they're building up this estate area. I don't know if you can hear it, but in the background, the builders are blaring a Madonna song, which for the life of me, I can't think of the name of because it sounds so much like Lady Gaga, Born This Way. Well, actually, I suppose Born This Way sounds like Madonna, but whatever. But I am over it because it's a Saturday and they're just always here. So even though there are some downsides to this new house, there are some positives, including I have a beach view in the distance. I literally just have to roll down the hill and I'm at the beach, although then I gotta walk back up the hill to get home. But the biggest of all is that I can get a dog! But that is still a few weeks away and I have to pack up first and do Christmas first and finish editing this sodding book. I don't know about you guys if you've had an experience like this where because of life, the project that you've been working on has been dragged out for an eternity and now you're kind of in the latter stages of it being finalized, and rather than charging towards the finish line, it feels like you're poking your eyes out. So I have been working on, I don't even know when I started writing the third book in the Phoenix series. This project has basically been done for 2 years. It just needed me to start the editing process and then go into like professional edits and get the book cover and all of those sorts of things done. But it has hit literally every delay speed bump it could possibly have hit. There was and is the pandemic. There was a business sale, there was a sick father, there was a dying dog, there was a move out of the city, there was illness, there was dental issues, there was an MIA cover designer and an MIA editor. It's like everything that could have delayed me has delayed me, and look, 100% of them are my fault. But it just means that this project has been going on forever and I have had this manuscript back for a couple of weeks now from the final round of professional edits, and I was supposed to be, well, it was supposed to have been given to the cover designer by now in terms of like how many pages it's going to be and all of that sort of thing, but I'm still inputting the editing changes, not because there are so many, but because I just can barely make myself do it. So this is how much I've done, and this is how much I still have to go. And I'm fairly sure that some of this my printer has double printed, which is really irritating. I don't know why it feels the need to do that. But, oh God, I mean, I'm only up to like 150 pages out of 350, so I'm not even halfway. And it is just getting so painful. It doesn't help that this part of the editing process is basically like grammatical changes and adding commas and apostrophes and things like that. And I keep making the same mistake throughout this manuscript, and I don't even know why I've made some of these mistakes. I don't know if you guys have had the same experience when you're doing your edits, is that you pick up or the editor picks up the same mistake 350,000 times, and that is part of the problem that I'm having and why I'm finding this so tedious. It's certainly not all of it, but it's not helping. So one example is there's a lot of could feel instead of felt that I put in, or similar sort of variations of. I don't even really particularly want to think about them because I'm so over it. So, you know, if you're looking for me, I'll be over here going crazy. I think the thing that is making this even more frustrating is that I want to be working on different projects, and the fact that this third book in the Phoenix series has taken forever to get to this point has like kind of made me lose my mojo with it a little bit and not really feel like moving on to the fourth book. Instead, I've had a bunch of other ideas that I want to work on. Some are more recent ideas and some are not, but I think the fact that I have these projects that I want to work on that I can't work on because, you know, I have made promises to deliver this book to certain people at certain points, and I'm just frustrated. And yeah, I guess this is kind of something that a lot of writers deal with, is that, you know, you just want to be in the stories, writing the stories, and the editing gets to be kind of just challenging, and it just drags on forever, and it's certainly not as fun as writing the story. The hard part is where you've got all these different ideas and you want to chase them all at the same time, but there's only so many hours in the day and you've got other things happening, and obviously there is absolutely no point in me plotting and planning and putting up boards and storyboard ideas for any books until after I move, because I'm literally just going to have to pack it all up in like 3 minutes. So, you know, that's just kind of where I'm at. I've got to just force myself to get through this because I just want it to be over. I want it to be done. I want to be able to just step away from it for a minute and like have a couple of weeks off it and then read through it one last time. Well, realistically, I'm gonna have to read through it more than one more time, but read through it. Let's call it one more time for my sanity's sake. So you and me have got to spend some time together manuscript, and then I can start scrolling websites for hours on end looking for a dog to adopt from the dog rescue sites, and just doing something else other than adding and subtracting commas from a manuscript. There's probably one other reason why I'm getting cranky at having to edit and dragging it out, because I was supposed to go on holidays. I was supposed to go to the lavender fields of Tasmania. I was supposed to do that in December, but Tasmania didn't open up in time because of stupid COVID. And then I was supposed to go in January, but that is basically going to be the same day I'm supposed to be moving. And given my landlord, I don't think that that is the best idea in the world. And now we've got 50 billion COVID cases again, so I don't particularly want to get on a plane. So the holiday's going to have to wait another year. You know, and this all started with a cancelled holiday to America. So, I mean, I'm over it. I need this to be done. I would love it if someone could commiserate with my pain, that editing is painful, especially when a project gets derailed and takes infinitely longer than anticipated. So, if you do commiserate, if you feel my pain, let me know in the comments below. So I just have to do this now. I have to focus on this for the next 2 days, because otherwise the days are just going to keep getting away from me if I keep focusing on Christmas and my niece's birthday and looking after kids and playing with goats and wombats and gardens and what has to be cooked before it goes off. And, you know, like I need to just do this, and I need to like not film for the rest of the day and just focus on this and get it done. I'm up to page 154, and hopefully when I report back I will be able to tell you that I have achieved greatness and that I did not procrastinate, although I am not particularly hopeful. I'm gonna get this done. Maybe. Probably. I'm still battling on, but I'm almost done. I can't believe it, but I did it in one day. I must have edited close to 200 pages. That is quite crazy. I don't believe it, but I managed to edit the other nearly 200 pages yesterday. I just made myself do it, and I kept telling myself, like, this is so painful, don't draw it out any longer, just do it. And I managed last night to finish at about 1 o'clock in the morning, thereabouts. And then this morning I was going to film and then get around to doing the formatting, but I received a call about a dog that I've inquired about adopting, and that kind of derailed the plans of filming first. And so I have also finished formatting, well, 95% finished formatting the book, enough that I know how many pages it's going to be. It's going to be 452 this time. And I've been able to send the information required off to my cover designer, except for the barcode. What I like about Vellum is how easy it is. So you just press upload your Word document and it'll come through with a whole bunch of chapters that you then just need to format. And then it's so easy to do. So like with this one, all I need to do is change it to a dedication and it automatically formats it for me. Thanks, Vellum. So this is an interesting change since last time. Last time the point of view character had to be manually formatted, and now I can't decide if I'm going to leave it like this or go back to this. This seems a lot easier because I don't have to do anything. Then all I have to do is like click through and make sure that everything looks how I want it to look. I purchased a barcode from Thorpe & Bowker for $45, and in the past I remember that barcode being instantly generated. Possibly because it's a Sunday, it's not being instantly generated, which is annoying because I can't send that off with the ISBN I've allocated for the paperback version of this book. I did also realize that I need to do some updating of my Thorpe & Bowker book descriptions. I haven't added them in for some of the books. So there's a lot of stuff I still need to do, mostly because I haven't really focused on marketing and that sort of thing thus far. I've just been trying to get the books out and have a decent amount of the series done before I worry about marketing and that sort of thing. I did sort of decide on what animal / creature this book is going to have on its cover, although I still worry that the covers aren't YA and fantasy enough that it fits into the genre. And I know I deliberately wanted it to look different from other books in the same genre, but not so much that it doesn't fit within the genre. But I am starting to think that I might have gone too far in the let's be different direction and made it so that it doesn't give the readers enough of an idea about what the book is about just from the cover. And that has possibly happened because I kind of had the longer term view in mind rather than the short term view of you might actually want to get some people in early and get them to receive the marketing information you want from the cover. So there is part of me that still wonders about redoing the covers entirely, but it's such an expensive process. But then you kind of go, well, if I wait till the 6 are completed and then recover them all, it's going to be expensive as well. But I don't know what to do, but it's done. And that means I can focus now on getting the house ready for Christmas, getting presents wrapped, and getting ready to move and adopt a dog. So all happy things. I know that by the time you guys see this video, Christmas will have already happened and Hanukkah will have already happened, but we still have Chinese New Year to go and all of those other celebrations that are in the early parts of the calendar year. And no matter where you are in the world and no matter what you celebrate or don't celebrate, I hope that you have a wonderful holiday period and a very safe and happy and healthy beginning to 2022. Let's hope for a better year. I feel like we've been saying that for like 3 years now, because we had fires and then 2 years we've had the plague, and we can only hope that next year will be better and happier and healthier, and I will see you guys on the other side, and it is entirely likely that by the time you see this video we're already on the other side. So wherever you are, I hope you're happy and healthy and everything is going swimmingly, because Lord knows we all deserve it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing the process a little bit about the hells of editing and just how difficult it is to get a book out and published. And I hope that you will check out my books. At the moment, The Hunted and A Night Rises are the only books that are published, and that will still be true by the time you watch this video. But the third book will be out early in the new year, and I hope that you'll check them out. And definitely, if you do, leave a review for them on Goodreads and Amazon. I would really appreciate it, and it helps other people find the books and find books that they're going to enjoy reading, which is always important. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps the channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. Hope you have happy holidays and a wonderful 2022.